Hello, lovely friends. It has been a while, and for that I apologize. Life has been a little bit crazy, but I do have some good news and a pretty easy video for me to record today. So I wanted to share my Traveler's Notebook Commonplace and Bullet Journal insert. Now in my setup, it is the last insert that I use. So I keep everything that isn't a journal entry and isn't a weekly plan in here. This is kind of the thing that persists through the notebook for the longest amount of time. So it's gonna have kind of the most meat to it. This is pretty dirty, you can tell. It's been through a bit here and it's received a lot of fun customizations. So excited to kind of leaf through this with you and show you how I've been using my Commonplace and Bullet Journal in my Traveler's Notebook system. So this is the dashboard. I will be removing all of these book darts to put into my new Commonplace, but I really liked having these here as kind of a reminder of like, oh hey, I always have book darts on me and I can always grab one and put it in a book or in a Traveler's Notebook insert as I need it. So this is kind of just like a vision board for me. It was really just taking apart another book and putting it in here for kind of my vision for a dream kitchen, some of my values, screen-free days, like some ideas for me to do if I'm feeling a little bit lost. And as you can see here, I've used this from September of last year through this month. So there are some things I'm gonna have to migrate over, but it is what it is. So one of the things I really liked using this for was for book notes. Whatever book I was reading, I would just put a whole lot of notes in here, mostly just for me. This is stuff that really spoke to me about this specific book, etc. And then I have a whole bunch of, what are they called? Monthly trackers as well. So I'll have like health notes, highlights, habit trackers, mood trackers, cycle trackers, etc. And you can look at another video for a detailed version of that, but yeah, that's what that is. This is something that I did already start transferring over. It was my very long stationery wish list, and I feel like this is longer than it will be in the future, only because this is when I was getting started back up with stationery and Traveler's Notebooking, and so it was a longer thing. I've since moved also my Chris list, which is my notes for my partner, just so we can make sure to keep track of things. And I also did move over notes for stores to visit if I'm ever in NYC or Chicago. This is work stuff that I'm covering up. These are more book notes that I kind of just put in here. Obviously, it's going to be kind of hard to follow when I go back through it, but I think it'll be fine. This, I think, was a tracker that I wanted to hide. It was a work tracker. So yeah, I have stuff for the doctor, stuff for another doctor, more book notes in here. This was me trying to track my weight and things like that. It didn't quite work out, so whatever. More book notes, holiday cards received last year, book notes, just fun things. Another tracker. More book notes. This is where I left off in terms of migrating from this one into the new one that I have. I have a list of gift ideas and a non-stationary wish list that I like to be able to refer to, because when it comes time to buy something for my family, it's nice to be able to look here and say, oh, that's right, they wanted this way back when. This is something that I keep coming back to and like never crossing off, but content and post ideas and product ideas. At this point in my life, I don't have a ton of bandwidth to work on the growth part of my business, or really kind of like more comprehensive content and post ideas other than the ones that just come to me naturally. So as much as I would love to be able to do a more well thought out video at this point, it's just not going to happen right now, and that's okay. This was my 2024 book tracker, nonfiction and fiction, kind of bled over into this page, kind of use this as a reading wish list, and I'm gonna have to move this over as well. More book notes. I really like this spread because this was a full book review that I did for each of these books, but I didn't continue with this. It's nice and it was cool to do, but ultimately I'm using Fable as my reading tracking app. I'm out of Goodreads, so I moved over to Fable, and I really like that app. I do still track books in here, and you'll see that later, but as far as reviews go, I like to just have them public because I don't think these help me very much. They don't help anybody in here unless you're like pausing it and reading it now. My like private reviews don't really help anybody. And then let's see, more book notes. I was brainstorming at one point an idea of how to use my passport size traveler's notebook, which I then since abandoned, but at least it was a nice place to get some visual notes in here. Same thing here. I copied down something that I think I saw on Pinterest about writing a novel. Not something that I've started, but something that still interests me. A business brainstorming thing that my husband and I went through one day in the car. More trackers. Notes on a meditation class that I went to just really kind of spoke to me, and I wanted to capture the notes there. These are things that I would like to accomplish in 2025. Yeah. I don't have a meditation retreat booked. I don't have a Barcelona trip booked. Do have a family vacation book, and I do fit in all my pants now, so that's exciting. These are therapy notes, which I will kind of skip over. More trackers. I really liked using this book to its fullest. You can see here, this used to be something else, and I just covered it up in the name of using all the pages and all the spaces in this insert. So I just went ahead and wrote over it and, didn't want to waste any room in here. More meditation class, more doctor's notes and stuff like that. This is something that was in another book that I just wanted to stick in here. More trackers. This is my book list for 2025 that I'm going to have to move over into the new bullet journal. I didn't end up separating out nonfiction and fiction in this list, and I don't really love how it's turning out, only because I might end a book in a different order than I started it, and so like the numbering kind of gets messed up, especially if I have a book that I did not finish, or if I have a book that I'm still hanging on to, that I'm still reading, but it's just kind of hanging out there. For example, if I finish The Artist's Way tomorrow, then I'd have to write like 21 in this slot, so it would just be kind of weird, but it is what it is. I will probably just copy it over the same way because when I did it for 2024, it was really imbalanced in terms of fiction versus nonfiction. And this was something that I printed out that I intended to do a more exciting layout for, but these are all the books that I read in April. But I just made it into a sticker and then just stuck it in here just to kind of get it out of my pile of ephemera. This was February tracker, and then March, April, pretty straightforward here. And here we're in May. So I'm gonna have to move May into my new one. I have work notes here and then more book notes over here that I was just kind of finishing out this notebook with. Some random book quotes from Dream State, which is a delightful book, and this very poorly executed spending tracker that I ditched after a mere 6 days. So there's that. Yeah, just some fun stuff here. So in terms of the new one, let's see. I am working on it. It is plain. I haven't done anything to the cover yet. I'm just kind of working on moving some things over here, like screen-free day ideas, my values, stationery wish list, as you can see, is much shorter. And then I'll start to move over my book list and my habit tracker for May. So I hope this was helpful in terms of how you can use a Commonplace and bullet journal within your Traveler's Notebook system. Yeah, I know a good walkthrough was always just kind of fun to watch. So I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.